One of our viewers linked us a Golem fit, and it's time once again to fix your fits. Let's get it done, y'all. Let's see if we can help one of our viewers out to make his Golem a little bit better. Let's dive in. Let's check out your Golem fit and see if we can help you here. So, one of the first things I'm seeing is that we're using cruise missiles. Okay, these are very long range, 121. Let's check out the Golem. Now you do get cruise missile bonuses. I really just recommend a torpedo. You can use a cruise missile if you want. The cloak is okay. Some people hate the cloak. I want you to look right here. Okay, when you have a cloak on, watch what happens. Your targeting goes down when you have the cloak on. It means you lock stuff slower. So this is a problem. If the cloak in high sec isn't bad because it lets you have I can warp through a safe and just cloak and be safe from things. That's not terrible. That's not terrible, you know, but think about potentially something else in the highs. I don't know what you would do. Since you're targeting so far off with cruise missiles, consider instead of a cloak and the auto targeter too. Auto targeter, you don't necessarily need the auto targeter because the auto targeter only works when it's close up. It only works if it's within 50k. Now it does give you more maximum lock targets, but do you really need that when you're already targeting 10 things? You know, if I get rid of it, you already have 10 targets. So since you're a ranged fit, I recommend putting in a drone nav computer instead. The rest of this fit is pretty good. Nothing wrong with the drone link augmenter, that's it. Because then your drone control range goes up to 84 from 60. See that? From 60. You can even put a Tech 2 in there. So, tractor beam for the MTU possibly. No, I do like having the one tractor beam for a Marauder because you do get that increased distance. The one tractor beam is pretty good. There's really nothing else you can do in high sec. This isn't a low sec. You can't do that. MJD is a great idea. MJD is a great idea, actually. So let's check out the micro warp drive. I can tell you that the micro warp drive is way overpropped, right? No, 500 mm is correct. You don't need a Tech 2 micro warp drive. Here's why. I always go with the compact one. Always. Unless I'm blinging. Because it just takes up a lot of your, this ship is not gonna be hiding around. You're gonna be standing still with the Bastion mode, right? So you don't need a big micro warp drive. You can just compact and then save the extra space somewhere else. You've done a good job of blinging out the rest of these. We've got a Republic large fleet. We've got C-types, this is really good. Extra large shield booster is really great. Consider, you do have the targeting painter, which I like because you have at range, this is necessary. The cap battery is very good because, you know, it does increase your stuff. Oh, let's turn this off actually. Let's get the Bastion mode going. Let's get the Bastion mode going. Let's see how much you're at without it. You only gain 20 seconds. You only gain 20 seconds with the cap battery. Core field defense extender is good. Is tank and active and passive? I've removed the shield extender for a repper booster. That I agree with, yes. So you have a shield extender here, right? And you look at your raw EHP, but you're kind of mix and matching strategies here. So we need to talk about when you fit a ship, you want to talk about what's mandatory, okay? By the way, look at that. You can now fit another faction one and you go up another 100 DPS. You see that? See that you're now at 956 instead of having a Tech 2 in here. So here's kind of what we're saying. You have the resists. Okay. You want the resists. Make sense. Batteries for new resistance. Which ones are mandatory? Mandatory, mandatory, mandatory. You're at range. Mandatory, mandatory. Honestly, micro warp drive, you could argue it's not mandatory, but for the sake of things, let's do it that. The shield extender, even though it's increasing your EHP, doesn't actually fit your win condition because of what a Marauder is. A Marauder gets big bonuses to shield booster. Shield booster. And Bastion module also is going to give you a bonus to shield booster amount. Okay, let's find it. Let's find it. All right, let me find it. Shield boost bonus. Okay. You don't get increase raw shields. You get shield boost bonus. So you're going to remove the shield extender. You still have 16,000 EHP. And honestly, with the 2 rigs, you still get another, 5k, whatever. We could talk about the rigs in just a sec. You can even argue the rigs should be different. You want a shield boost booster there instead. Let's go to this. You're getting 600 shield regen from this right now. Let's get a Tech 2 shield boost amplifier. 788, big. And since you're already blinging this out, I assume you have some money. You're already blinging this out. We're gonna go to my favorite, the compare tool. You're right about that. And we're gonna get rid of the Tech 1s. We'll get rid of this, and we're gonna go to shield boost bonus amount. Click this 3 dots and go to only show attributes that differ. You see this? How many of you didn't know this? Type 1 in chat. I literally learned about it last month. It makes the compare tool so much simpler. I just want to compare what's different. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. Look at that. You didn't know. Huge. Here's how to use the compare tool also for this. A bunch of you didn't know this. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. EVE Online! There's always something to learn, EVE Online! It's good to see you, Splendid and Demon in the Rough. Good to see you. You learned something new about EVE, and yourself. There it is. A lot of people in chat. What we're gonna use the compare tool is the Tech 2 as a 36% thing. We're gonna get everything that's below 36, not gonna use it. Everything that's 36 here, we're not gonna use it. We're gonna go for what's 37. These two are 37. Which one's cheaper? We see the Dread Garista one is cheaper at 31. This one's 170. So we're gonna pick the Dread Garista shield booster because it's the same stats, but less money. So Dread Garista is the winner at 31 million and 37 million, or 37%. So let's get the Dread Garista is gonna be our shield boost. Pumps it up to 796 on this. Now let's talk about the rigs, because I agree, it's really all about the shield repper. Your win condition is this. How did you compare every item all at once? Let me show you. We click this. You're in a shield booster. You press compare. You're comparing every shield booster now. You want to start by estimated price. I can press and hold shift and left click to select amount. I can then right click and remove to remove bad options. I'm not gonna compare stuff that's worth $1 billion ISK. I just want these. So, and then you can reset all, and you can press compare again to reset the window, so 796, wow. And we're not done. We're gonna get rid of these rigs because we don't need raw shield HP, and we don't necessarily need more resists because you've got really good above 80%, even if your EM is a little bit low. This is fine. Let's go for rigs. We're going to go for shield Healy rigs, because your win condition as a Marauder is self-active tank. Cap is an issue too. Cap is an issue. You're right. So let's get some engineering rigs on here, shall we? Which one gives us some cap? This one is ship's capacitor capacity. Okay, if we put, just for the sake of argument, if we put 2 of these on here, 2.5 minutes. How can we help the capacitor here, y'all? How can we help the capacitor? Seems low, the rep time. This is an extra large shield booster, and maybe we're not leaving this on at all times, right? The MWD is there. We can take out the MWD. We want to put in 2 batteries, maybe. Okay. Maybe 2 batteries. I can tell you, I hate the slow boating. Switch MWD to MJD. That would be good. Let's do that. Because you can still reposition. Here's why I think this is the better move, okay? Here's why I think the MJD is the better move. You're a range fit with cruise missiles, okay? You're a range fit with cruise missiles. This is gonna let you reposition and keep poking, right? You don't need MJD with that sort of rep for level 4 missions. MJD super low cooldown on Marauders, yep. This is where also you have to test. When I fly my Kronos, I have both an MJD and a micro warp drive, always. Because I hate slow boating, and I also like to blip at range and just get me out of there. So cap is now not an issue. Because the MJD removes maximum capacitor. This is something that I forget about all the time. Oh my God, dude, MJDs remove maximum capacitor. Chat, you're so smart. I forget. Maximum capacitor capacity reduced. Look at that. You remove the MWD, micro warp drive, so that you can fit an MJD. Look at that. Look at that. So I like the DPS here. MWD halves your active cap. So look, with 1 battery, you're now cap stable. No, you're not capsule, excuse me. You still have 2 minutes, but that's still way better than you were before. So let's go back to the rigs and let's throw in a semiconductor. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. We'll see. We'll see if we might get rid of another thing about it here. That's why you never use T2 MWD. The best cap friendly is one barely slower, right? Damage control is the dead item IMO. Yeah, because you're probably not going to be going in there. So before we do that, let's go into the rigs and let's get our shield stuff coming in here. Okay. Let's get Tech 2s and we're going to go for which one is the active shield one. Reduce the duration of shield booster cycles. Let's try that. Okay. You go up to 900 HP. You see that? Before you were at 600. With one of these, you're at 995. Now, one of these is also reduce the like capacitor need. Let's find that one. Let's find that one. One of these is reduce capacitor need. Shield extender, charge economizer, reduce the power need of all shield upgrades at the expense. This power grid, power bonus, that's not it. And then defense capacitor, capacitor need for all modules. Boop. We're at 2 minutes. We're right there. I like the application rigs on my Golem fits, explosion radius and speed. If you're using range fit, you won't need a shield boost amp. No, but he died to this. This is what I'm saying. So this is what the guy died to mobs. So I will check the contracts in just a sec. So let's look at the updated fit so far. We've gotten rid of a high slot. We have another, and you could just slap another tractor beam there. It literally doesn't matter. It's fine, sure. Bastion modules, micro jump, tractor beam, torpedo, heavy missiles, cruise missile, torpedo. Yeah, target painter. See, the Golem does get target painter effectiveness. So this is where the best fit is going to depend on how you play and your skill with the ship. The ship obliterates battleships and battle cruisers. Your biggest struggle is with small, fast-moving ships, correct? And that's why you want the guidance thing here. So what you could do is run both of these and take off the boost amp and run another target painter as well. So, and the capacitor is chilling at like 3 minutes. So swap damage control for guidance computer. Ooh, yeah. Now we're talking. Okay, give me the painter back. Because the Golem does get painter bonuses, ladies and gentlemen. So here's a missile guidance computer for the lows. Now we got a flat bonus, and it's a little bit less, it's like 6%, but this is gonna help you hit stuff a little bit better. You don't need the damage control. You need to survive in your shields, and you need to do damage. It's PVE, not PvP. You're doing 956 DPS with now blinged out Caldari navies. I actually think this is it, y'all. So what we've done, let me explain something to y'all. Painter will get better application than a computer because of bonuses. There it is. Unless you're needing more range. Because this person has chose to make a cruise missile Golem, we have helped ideate this fit to push the win conditions of the Golem. The win condition is 2 things. Missiles hit hard as possible, as often as possible. That's the increase in tracking and the keeping of the target painter, because the Golem has a target painter bonus. You want to use target painter. You want to use one in the mids, okay? The second win condition of the Golem is I will out heal whenever I take damage. That's this extra large shield booster in there with a blinged out, slightly blinged out boost amp, and the rigs are no longer maximum shield. The rigs are now, I can leave this on longer. We go from less than a minute of cap before to now over 3. This is it. This is it. How this ship should be fit is going to come down to how you fly it. Whether or not you do a different rig in the low, whether or module, whatever, whether or not you have the shield booster versus another missile guidance, it comes down to what you fly and how you're actually going to fly it, okay? So yes, I will share this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we will put this, let's do this, let's call this a fixture fit level 4 killer. Let's do this. Let's talk about the drones quick. Salvage drone tech 2, I actually love this. I can tell you right now, you're already in a Golem. Please just bling out your salvage drones. Get a dunk salvage drone if you can't do tech 2s. Get a dunk salvage drone if you can't do tech 2s. I actually, really quick, salvage drones on a Marauder are great because when you're taxiing places, you can have your drones go salvage stuff and you get some extra money. It's not a lot of money, but it is some money. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want the full fixture fit playlist to be able to see how we do things, be able to understand how to do things in EVE, that's right here. And if you want to be a part of the conversation live, subscribe for the best EVE guides right here. Thanks so much. I will see you in just a sec.